Make them whistle like a missile, bomb, bomb. Every time I show up, blow up, Make them whistle like a missile, bomb, bomb. Every time I show up, blow up.
亲爱的朋友们，灯火钱塘，明月如霜，照见人如画。东风夜放花间树，宝马雕车香满路。元宵佳节临近，此时此刻的中国，灯笼高挂，彩旗飘扬，一派喜庆的繁华盛景。此时此刻 ，Gaithersburg High School 剧场里高朋满座，一派喜庆的盛景，每个人的脸上都洋溢着笑容，到处都能听到孩子们银铃般的笑声，与大洋彼岸遥相呼应。我是今天的美中春晚主持人王小辉。
Dear friends, as the Lantern Festival approaches, cities across China are glowing with celebration. Streets lighting with lanterns, family gathered under the full moon, and children's laughter filling the night air. And here, thousands of miles away, we share the same joy together. in the theater of Gaithersburg High School, we are surrounded by smiling face, proud family, and the bright, hopeful energy of our young performers. The laughter and excitement in this room feel beautifully connected to the celebration taking place across the ocean. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jin Jin. It's truly my honor to serve as your host for tonight's American Chinese Spring Festival Gala.
孩子们成长得更好，是我们共同的心愿。尽管现场有很多大朋友，也有很多小朋友，我们欢聚在这里，共同庆祝即将到来的元宵佳节。元宵节是一个纽带，将身在海外的华人华侨留学生、大华府社区的朋友们凝聚在一起，让老一代华人看到文化在传承和延续，让新一代青少年找到中华民族的归属感和文化认同。
It is our greatest wish for children to grow up better. Tonight, we gather here, parents, grandparents, teachers, and children to celebrate the upcoming Letter Festival together. For many of us living far from our homeland, this celebration is more than a holiday. It is a moment that brings our community together, reminding us that culture travels with us, and tradition continues through us. For the older generation, it is a joy to see heritage perceived and passed forward. For the younger generation, it is a chance to discover connection, identity, and a sense of belonging with the rich story of Chinese culture.
本次晚会由美中实验学校主办，美中经济文化交流协会联合古北京国际文化有限公司协办。这是美中实验学校举办的第4届春晚，自筹备开始，得到社会各界人士的关心和大力支持。下面有请出席我们活动的嘉宾上台给大家拜个年。
Tonight's gala is proudly hosted by the American Chinese School. With the generous support of the American Chinese Economic and Culture Exchange Association and the Enlightened Valley Beijing International Culture Company, it marks the 4th annual Spring Festival Gala organized by our school. Since the earliest stage of preparation, we have been deeply grateful for the encouragement and support from community leaders, parents, and friends who believe in the importance of culture education and youth development. At this time, it is our great honor to invite our distinguished guests to the stage to share their New Year greeting with us.
有请。首先有请美中实验学校理事长黄河。
Mr. He Huang, Chairman of American Chinese School.
中国驻美国大使馆公使尹海红。
Minister Hai Hongyi, Embassy of People's Republic of China in the United States.
马里兰州参议员 Clarence Lam。
The Honorable Kintz-Mejia Maryland State Senator.
我们下面还有请美国国会众议员 April Delaney。
The Honorable April Delaney, United States Representative.
马里兰州众议员 Libby Chi。
The Honorable Lily Chi, Maryland State Delegate.
美国华人博物馆馆长侯庆宇。
Ms. Qing Yuhou, Director, Chinese American Museum.
欢迎您。美中经济文化交流协会会长王梦琛。
Mr. Chen Mengwang, President, American Chinese Economic and Culture Exchange Association.
美中实验学校校长夏祥波。
Mr. Xiao Guoxia, Principal, American Chinese School.
接下来呢，我们出席今天晚上的嘉宾还有中国驻美国大使馆宋时友参赞。
Distinguished guests attending this evening also include representatives from the ASEAN People's Republic of China in the United States, Consular 石友颂，
申清明公参，
Minister Consular 清明生，
刘君怡参赞，
Consular 君怡刘，
薛春梅一等秘书，
First Secretary 春梅薛，
以及使馆和社区其他相关领导。
as well as other leaders and representatives from the embassy and the local community.
尊敬的尹海红公使、宋时友参赞、马里兰州 Senator Kintz-Mejia， 尊敬的各位嘉宾、朋友们，大家晚上好。我是美中实验学校黄河，欢迎大家来到2026美中春晚。我代表美中实验学校理事会和全体师生，给大家拜一个晚年，祝大家身体健康，家庭幸福，万事顺遂，马到成功。I wish every one of you and your family a very happy, healthy, and wealthy year of the year. Pause. Thank you.
接下来呢，我们有请尹海红公使讲话。
Honorable State Senator Clarence Lam, Honorable Delegate Billy Qi, Honorable President Julie Yang, Honorable Chairman of the Board Wang He, Honorable Principal Xia Xiangbo, teachers, parents, and dear students, Happy Chinese New Year! It's a great honor to be invited to the American Chinese School during the New Year of the Horse. Seeing the festive decoration here and hearing your warm greetings in Chinese is a moving reminder of the vibrant spirit of the Chinese New Year. First of all, on behalf of the Chinese Embassy in the United States and the Principal Madame Wang Dan, I would like to extend my warmest and the most sincere New Year's greetings to all honorable guests, teachers, students, and parents. Dear students, your choice to learn Chinese is extremely far-sighted. Chinese is one of the world's most widely spoken languages and also a vibrant reflection of China's rapid development. Mastering Chinese means you will not only be able to understand Shakespeare, but also appreciate Su Shi, a great Chinese poet. It empowers you to not only build a career in the United States, but to seize boundless opportunities on the Chinese and global stage. Today's China is a land where the ancient Great Wall meets a world-leading digital economy, a vast green high-speed rail network, and a bold mission to explore the stars. As the world's second-largest economy and the primary trading partner to over 140 nations, China is embracing the world with unprecedented openness. With China's deepening role in global governance, the demand for Chinese-speaking talent has never been more critical. Every character you stroke and every phrase you master is equipping you for the global dialogue of tomorrow. You are forging a golden key that will unlock infinite possibilities in the global competition of the future. Dear students and friends, you have been raised at the crossroads of cultures. You are, by nature, cultural ambassadors. I hope you will nurture this passion for learning and use the Chinese language as a portal to explore the profound depths of Chinese heritage. Your goal should be more than just speaking the language. It should be connecting with the very soul of the Chinese people. At the same time, I encourage you to harness your bilingual edge, introduce China to your American peers, share authentic and vivid stories of China and the Chinese people, and serve as a steadfast bond of friendship. By doing so, you are building a bridge of mutual trust between our two peoples. I have every confidence that each and every one of you will become a shining citizen diplomat for Sino-American friendship. Dear students and friends, there is a timeless Chinese couplet that says, the keen edge of a sword comes from a green stone, and the fragrance of plum song is born from bitter cold. That means no pain, no gain. Learning Chinese may indeed be a journey filled with challenges, but the perspectives and opportunities it opens will serve you for a lifetime. Every word you memorize and every character you stroke will ultimately evolve into a unique lens through which you perceive and understand the world. I hope you to persevere. The Chinese Embassy in the United States will, as always, support Chinese language education abroad. Today, children from the Sunshine School of the Chinese Embassy are here with us as well. They will bring us choral and martial art performances. All the children are very honored to have this wonderful opportunity to present their skills and to promote the best of traditional Chinese culture. Finally, I would like to leave you with a profound thought. The boundaries of your language are the boundaries of your world. May your mastery of the Chinese language open the doors to a bigger and more vibrant world. I wish you all every success in your studies, and may the American Chinese School continue to flourish and reach new heights. Thank you.
好，接下来我们有请呢马里兰州参议员 Clarence Lam 发言。
Thank you. Good evening. I'm State Senator Clarence Lam, and I bring greetings on behalf of the Maryland General Assembly and our Asian American and Pacific Islander Legislative Caucus from both the House of Delegates and also from the State Senate. I know my colleague Delegate Lily Chi would like to be here. She's running behind, and she hopefully will join later this evening. But we want to bring greetings on behalf of the General Assembly, particularly myself as the only Asian American in the State Senate. It's important to help support and uplift our communities, which is why it's really an honor to be here year after year. I want to thank the chairman and your principal for the invitation. I want to thank the minister for being here to share her insightful remarks. And for our community, this is a really special time of the year for us to be able to come together to celebrate the new Lunar New Year, to be able to help uplift our students in this environment to support an institution that is one of the largest Chinese language schools here in Montgomery County, the American Chinese School. There's so many students that are here, the performances and artwork and cultural activities that you'll see here tonight. It's really, really remarkable, and I want to thank the organizers, I want to thank the board, all of the faculty, the staff, the students, and all of you as parents. You should be very proud of your students as well, for us to be able to share in this opportunity of celebration, and for us to come together and continue to come together to celebrate this year of the fire horse. It is really remarkable when you think about the fact that the fire horse only happens once every 60 years. And so the last time that we celebrated the year of the fire horse was 1966. Before cell phones, before AI, before we even landed a person on the moon. And so this is a very special occasion for us because the fire horse represents progress and represents a leaping and a leapfrog of traditions. And particularly in this environment where we face a lot of headwinds and we face a lot of challenges, this is particularly an opportunity for us to be able to leap forward, to continue to see progress in our community, in Montgomery County, and throughout the state of Maryland. So we want to thank you for all of your contributions here. We know that the Chinese American community contributes a lot to the diversity of Montgomery County, and in spite of all the challenges that we see from the federal government, we here in the state of Maryland still stand with all of you. We want to uplift the work that you do. We want to spotlight you to the rest of our community and know that we are here to support you, to push back against Asian American discrimination, and to help uplift and highlight the contributions that our Chinese American community so richly contributes throughout the state of Maryland. So on behalf of the General Assembly, we want to thank you and thank the school for your leadership and continued work. And I'll ask your chairman and principal to come up to receive the citation on behalf of the Maryland General Assembly. And it reads, "Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to the American Chinese School in recognition of your Lunar New Year celebration, honoring the year of the fire horse, and your continued efforts of educating our children here in Montgomery County and throughout the state of Maryland, and highlighting our Chinese culture, heritage, and traditions for so many here in our state." Presented on this 28th day of February 2026, myself, Senator Clarence Lam, and on behalf of our entire Asian American Pacific Islander Legislative Caucus, have a happy and wonderful Lunar New Year this year of the fire horse. Thank you so much.
好，接下来我们由Clarence Lam参议员呢给美中实验学校颁发这个褒奖状。好，在这之后呢，还有一个惊喜在等待着大家啊！有中国驻美国大使馆给大家准备了很多马年的吉祥物啊，大家已经看到了，大家准备好迎接了吗？
Let's take the lucky from the new year.
1、2、3，哇，直接扔到这个。 很棒，很棒，这个力度很大。好，在合影之后呢，请各位嘉宾到台下就坐，我们的节目马上就要正式开始，有请。 春风拂面，万物复苏。等闲识得东风面，万紫千红总是春。今晚的第一篇章《春》，就像唐宋名句描绘的画面，春天音符轻轻响起，万物生辉，带来无限希望和明媚色彩。这个篇章汇集了活力四射的音乐盛宴。 美中实验学校的原创明星表演团体美中少年乐团成立于2010年，这是大华府地区唯一以华裔后代为主的少年乐团。成员横跨小学到高中，不少孩子来自 MCYO、All-State、PVYO 等知名的乐团，他们将用琴弦和热情。 奏响中美友谊的最美和弦。接下来，请欣赏3个精彩节目。
The The spring breeze brushed the face, awakening all things. Our first chapter, Spring, is inspired by the timeless imagery of classical poetry. A season when the first notes begin to raise, light returns, and everything feels full of promise and color. This chapter brings together a vibrant celebration of music, led by one of our school's original signature ensembles, the American Chinese Youth Orchestra. Founded in 2010, this is the only youth orchestra in the Greater Washington area, primarily composed by American Chinese students with member range from elementary through high school. Many of these youth musicians also performed in distinguished ensembles such as MCYO, Allstate, and PBYO. With their strength and their passion, they bring not only beautiful music to this stage, but also a spirit of connection and friendship between cultures. Now, please enjoy the three wonderful performances.
今晚的第一篇章将由美中少年乐团为我们奏响春天的第一声问候。在肖高义博士的指挥下，舞台上的少年们将用专注而自信的演奏，带我们走进一个充满心愿与活力的音乐世界。
Let's invite the American Chinese Youth Orchestra to offer us the very first musical greeting of spring. Under the direction of Dr. Gao Yixiao, these young musicians take the stage with focus and confidence, inviting us into a world of melody filled with hope, energy, and possibility.
在热闹而明亮的旋律中，节日气息浓郁的经典作品《春节序曲》为我们拉开春的序幕。随后，乐团还将为我们带来一首充满律动与张力的西方经典音乐作品。肖斯塔科维奇的圆舞曲。
We begin with the classical Spring Festival overture and bring a bright and joyful piece that sets the tone for our celebration and open this chapter of spring with energy and excitement. The orchestra will then perform Shostakovich's Waltz No. 2, a well-loved Western classic filled with sweeping melodies and lovely rhythms.
那么接下来呢？国际知名的抒情女高音马丹尼博士将在美中少年乐团的现场伴奏中深情演绎女高音独唱《我的祖国》，在年轻的乐声与成熟的歌声交汇中，唱出属于这一代海外青少年的情感与共鸣。
Next, we are honored to welcome international acclaimed soprano Dr. Dan Yima, who will perform the beloved song My Motherland, accompanied by American Chinese Youth Orchestra.
掌声有请。
A huge round of applause, please.
好，接下来呢，让我们用热烈的掌声有请美国国会众议员 April Delaney 上台给大家发表演说，同时呢送上青春的问候。Let's welcome April Delaney to make her speech and send her warmest Spring Festival greetings to all the audience. All right, please.
So, good evening and thank you. I came here to actually present a certificate of congressional recognition to the American Chinese School because it is such an incredible jewel for Montgomery County, but across the 6th District. I represent I'm the representative from Maryland's Congressional 6th District, which is upcounting Montgomery County, but it's also Frederick, Allegheny, Garrett, and Washington. But I will say what is really incredible about being the representative is the broad diversity and incredible communities that I am blessed to serve every day. And so as we gather this evening and as a one Montgomery County to celebrate not only the Lunar New Year, which is something I love to do, but also the extraordinary contributions of the Chinese American community. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the speakers and elected officials that were here earlier tonight. I was at an iftar dinner with the Islamic Center in Frederick before this, also celebrating community reflection and prayer for them. But I just want to say I'd like to really lift up the whole team of the Chinese American School. And so this evening we honor culture, tradition, and family. And for me and for so many of you, this Lunar New Year is a time of renewal and hope. And what gives me hope is what I just saw on stage here. Young people lifting up culture, music, and things that bring us together. And to all of our youth in the audience, you strengthen our country. And our country every day, and we are all so proud of you. So lifting it up. And this is something totally powerful about watching cultural dances and performances that have been passed down the generations. And I'm always grateful to witness it. I was here 2 years ago. So last thing I just want to say, Montgomery County, as you know, is home to some of the most diverse communities in the nation. And in fact, Gaithersburg is the #2 most diverse city in America based on population. But we live by our promise that to leave no Marylander behind, and that the people of Gaithersburg, I take that commitment to heart. Because I often say, diversity is our strength and unity is our power. And in Congress, I'm proud to be a part of the Congressional AAPI Caucus, which is now 83 members strong. So I just want to say thank you for letting me come up here. I apologize that I'm a little bit late. But I really want to say that for me, in this Happy New Year time, it is a privilege to help celebrate the beauty and richness of the Lunar New Year and the judicious, while also committing ourselves to justice, opportunity, and equality for all. And that work continues, but also so does our reserve. So when we stand together, we're united in purpose and pride. So happy Lunar New Year, and wishing you and your loved ones health and prosperity. And I just want to give, please come on stage. And all of you who are here this week. So, and the certificate of recognition and celebration of your work in the Asian American community. Providing education is one of the highest callings a person can answer, and you answer that with a call every day. I hope that this year of the horse brings unlimited progress and fresh opportunities presented to the American Chinese School. So God bless
you. Here, on behalf of American Chinese School, I also present the gift. This the year as a host, hopefully take lead in Congressman as a congresswoman. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay.
好，接下来呢，我们有请呢马里兰州众议员 李丽琪上台，齐丽丽女士呢上台给大家发言讲话，同时呢送上新春的问候，有请丽丽。
Welcome.
Thank you. 大家好，我叫齐丽丽，是马里兰州众议员。首先向各位同胞们致以新春的祝贺，祝大家马年大吉，马到成功。I am Maryland State Delegate Lily Chi, and I'm so proud to represent Montgomery County and our growing Asian American communities. And I want to give a shout out to my friend, the wonderful public servant for Congressional District 6, April McLean Delaney. She has been working so hard to serve the upcoming Montgomery County and Western Maryland. So thank you, April, for working so hard to connect with our communities. We really appreciate that. I grew up in Shanghai, like many of you. I'm a Chinese immigrant. And of course, when my son was growing up, I forced him to learn Chinese. And that never worked out very well, but I did appreciate the opportunities for him to connect with his cultural heritage. And as he grew, he actually came to appreciate that heritage a lot more than when he was younger. So I want to thank you, 美中实验学校. I consider myself your friend and a partner for the past 2 decades or so since you established, because you instill in our youth and next generation not just a sense of cultural pride, but you gave them an important identity as Chinese Americans and as Americans, because Americans don't all have to speak the same language and be alike. So thank you. And I just want to remind everyone that the year of the horse is also an important election year. Just think about how difficult this past year had been, right? Globally, nationally, and at the local level. So as our community continues to grow and mature, I certainly hope we will exercise our power by going to the voting booth, by exercising our power to vote, and continue to be civically and politically engaged, because that is true power to show that we have arrived as a community. So thank you for having me tonight, and I want to present this citation on behalf of the Maryland General Assembly and as the new chair of the Legislative Asian American Caucus.
我们掌声有请美中实验学校理事长王国先生和美中实验学校校长夏强波先生。好的，感谢齐丽丽女士。
谢谢丽丽。好，接下来我们节目继续。灯火暖人心，元宵最团圆。竹外桃花三两枝，春江水暖鸭先知。第2篇章暖，带着这些闹元宵的经典名句，点亮今晚最温柔的灯光。暖暖的灯火，爱润心田，它传递着社区的温暖，也寄托着赞美华人对中美关系企稳回暖、更多交流的美好心愿。第2篇章聚焦舞蹈的灵动与温情，尤其明确2个可爱的表演集体：美中实验学校家舞班和美中实验学校少儿舞班。大朋友、小朋友一起舞动，跳出家的味道，跳出爱的温度。
The Letters Festival warms every heart. Letters Festival unite us in the sweetest reunion. Our second chapter, Warmth, carries the spirit forward, illuminating the soft and most heartful moment of tonight's celebration. It reflects not only the warmth within our community, but also the hope many in our American Chinese community hold for continued understanding, stability, and meaningful exchange between China and the United States. This chapter highlights the beauty and the emotion of dance. We would especially like to recognize 2 wonderful performing groups, the Parents Dance Group and the Children's Dance Group of American Chinese School. When the parents and the children take the stage together, they do more than dance. They share the feeling at home, the warmth of family, and the joy of growing together.
在第2篇章，首先呈现的是芭蕾女变奏 Esmeralda， 来自东西方歌舞剧院的舞者，以铃鼓为伴，通过轻盈的跳跃与细腻的旋转，展现吉普赛少女的热情与自由。
We now move into our second chapter. First, we present the ballet variation that's Esmeralda, performed by dance from the East-West Dance Theater. They bring the spirited character to life through light jumps, graceful turn, and expressive movements, capturing the passion and freedom of young Kintz-Mejia.
接下来由 Steven 师、Cardigan 和丹伊玛联袂演绎的3重唱《灯火里的中国》，带我们在温暖而深情的歌声中点亮万家灯火。
Next, please join the trio China in the Lights, performed by Steven Shi, Cardigan, and Dan Yima.
紧接着是由美中实验学校家舞班为我们带来古典舞《花洞影》，舞者以折扇为笔，以身韵为目，将影、清、圆、曲的古典舞韵律贯穿始终，在流转的队形中演绎花开花落的诗意人生。随后，少儿舞班的孩子们用轻盈的扇舞和灿烂的笑容，把春天的快乐与温暖带上舞台，用一曲《春之谣》，也让我们看见文化在代际之间温柔延续。
Then we welcome the Paris dance group from American Chinese School with the classical Chinese dance, Dancing Flower Shadow. Following that, children's dance class brings us Spring Ballad. With a light band movement and bright smiles, the young performer fills the stage with warmth and joys, reminding us how culture is gently passed from one generation to the next.
随后 ，CCACC Academy 的小演员们为我们带来少儿艺术体操活力动感风。他们用彩带、彩球和呼啦圈编织出节奏与力量的画面，散发出专注与自信的闪耀光芒。随后登场的是花鼓灯小小兰花。良红舞蹈学校的孩子们踏着欢快的步点儿，在转身与摇臂之间，传递白河领域民间舞蹈的热闹、祝福与童真的喜悦。
Next, we present the children gymnastic performance in Happiness in Motion, brought us by young performer of CCACC Academy. With ribbons, belts, and hoops in motion, they create a lively display of rhythm and strength, shining with focus, confidence, and joyful determination. Following that, we welcome the folk dance performed by the students of Lianghong Dance School. Moving to the bright beat of traditional drums, the dancer turned and stepped with playful energy, sharing the festive spirit and youthful joy to folk traditional from the White River region.
接下来这一口气6个节目，大伙准备好被暖到融化了吗？好，让我们用掌声迎接这份暖意。
With the next 6 performance coming up in one go, let's welcome them with applause, please.
当灯火渐暖，歌声回响，今晚的舞台也迎来了最动人的一幕。第3部分，花，花样年华，朵朵绽放。在华盛顿的夜色当中，不同肤色、不同语言的孩子们相聚在同一束舞台灯光之下。他们的笑容是跨越国界的问候，他们的相聚是多元文化交融最生动的注脚。不同文化的底蕴与旋律包含在今天这个动人的晚上。青少年是中美人文交流最富希望的未来。舞台之上是才艺的绽放，舞台之下是理解与友谊在青春中悄然生长。一段朗诵，一曲合唱，一段舞蹈，都是心与心的靠近，同样也是对共同未来最真切的期许。此刻，让我们把舞台交给这些充满了朝气和梦想的孩子们。愿青春在交流中闪耀，也让中美友好的未来在这一代青年的舞台上徐徐展开。
国之少年而果为少年也，则无中国为未来之国，其进步未可量也。故今日之责任，不在他人，而全在我少年。
少年去，则国去；少年富，则国富；少年强，则国强。少年独立，则国独立；少年自由，则国自由；少年进步，则国进步；
少年胜于欧洲，则国胜于欧洲；
少年雄于地球，则国雄于地球；少年智，则国智；少年富，则国富；少年强，则国强；少年独立，则国独立；少年自由，则国自由；少年进步，则国进步；
少年胜于欧洲，则国胜于欧洲；
少年雄于地球，
则国雄于地球。红日初升，其道大光，河出伏流，一泻汪洋。
天空腾人，云走飞扬；鼓舞啸鼓，百兽震惶；阴水四溢，风吹西张；
菊花初开，郁郁黄黄；干将发行，有作其芒。
天籁其苍，地履其黄；
纵有千古，横有八荒，前途似海。
点亮梦想，开启未来。春回大地，新年新景带来新希望，祝大家新的一年意气风发，龙马精神。愿中美民心交流如万马奔腾，越来越密切，越来越美好。这个篇章汇聚力量与梦想，中国驻美国大使馆阳光学校的精彩呈现，以及男高音歌唱家傅介彤的深情演唱，将把整台晚会推向高潮。接下来的7个节目将带我们一起奔向更开阔的明天。As spring returns, the world feels renewed. The new season brings new energy and new possibilities. Year after year, the flower returns, and with arrival of spring, the world bursts into color and life. We now enter our 4th chapter, opening, the celebration of widening dreams and looking forward to the future. With the arrival of New Year comes fresh hope, bold ambition, and courage to pursue what lies ahead. We may all move forward with confidence and vitalities, and may the connection between the people of China and the United States continue to grow stronger, deeper, and more meaningful in the years to come. This chapter brings together dreams and ambitions, featuring the remarkable performance of MC of People's Republic of China Sunshine School, along with the powerful voice of tenor Dr. Jie Tongfu. Tonight's program building towards to an inspiring final. The next 7 performance will carry us forward toward wider horizon and brighter tomorrow.
首先登场的是华盛顿敦煌正乐坊，在顾磊老师的指导下，他们将为我们带来2首经典作品《金蛇狂舞》和《茉莉花》。经过重新编创的《金蛇狂舞》，融入扫弦等技法，节奏明快，气势昂扬，洋溢着新春的喜庆与活力。而《茉莉花》旋律清新典雅，在指尖流转间，展现中国民乐含蓄细腻的独特韵味。
We now welcome the Washington Dunhuang Regional Academy to the stage. Under the direction of Mr. Lei Gu, they represent 2 beloved classic dance of Golden Snake and Jasmine Flower. In this newly arranged version of Dance of Golden Snake, vibrant rhythms and dynamic texture brings festive spirit and uplifting energy to the stage. In contrast, Jasmine Flower offers graceful and flowing melody, highlighting the subtle beauty and expressive charm of traditional Chinese music.
接下来登场的是中国驻美国大使馆阳光学校带来的中华武术表演，气势如虹。少年舞者们身姿挺拔，拳法刚劲，在一招一式中展现中华武术内外兼修、以武养德的精神风貌。
Next, we welcome the MC of People's Republic of China, Sunshine School, with their martial art performance, Power and Spirit. With strong stance and precise movement, these young martial artists demonstrate both discipline and their determination through each form and strike. They reflect the core value of Chinese martial art, strength, balance, focus, and skill guided by the characters.
随后，请欣赏由峨眉少林武术学院带来精彩的武术表演。他们当中有5个人呢，将代表美国参加今年3月在中国天津举行的世界青少年武术比赛。在这喜庆祥和的美中春晚舞台上，一群朝气蓬勃的武术少年即将闪亮登场。他们用汗水淬炼筋骨，用坚持书写成长。一招一式之间，是力量与美的交融，更是中华精神的传承。一人一拳，刚劲有力；集体武术整齐划一，气势如虹。刚柔并济之间，展现的是中华武术的神韵与风骨。
Next, please welcome the峨眉Shaolin Martial Art Academy for an exciting martial art performance. 5 of the performers on the stage tonight will represent the United States in its march at World Youth Wushu Championship in Tianjin, China, a remarkable achievement we are proud to celebrate. This young athlete trained with dedication and discipline. It is shown in every movement. Their performance combines strength and precision, power and control, reflecting the beauty of martial arts.
The Kintz-Mejia Academy of Ballet 创立于1985年，致力于古典芭蕾艺术的专业训练。学院以瓦格诺瓦教学体系为基础，并且融汇国际大奖得主 Linda Kintz 和 Mark Major 多年的舞台和教学经验，为学生提供高水准的古典芭蕾教育。请欣赏由 The Kintz-Mejia Academy of Ballet 带来的芭蕾舞剧《天鹅湖》的选段，让我们随着优雅而精准的舞步，一起走进梦幻的古典世界。
Founded in 1985, the Kintz-Mejia Academy of Ballet is dedicated to professional training in classical ballet, rooted in Bakanova method of enriched by the international stage and teaching experience of award-winning artists. The academy provides students with strong and refined foundations in classical technique. Please enjoy the spotlight presented by the Kintz-Mejia Academy of Ballet. Let's follow their elegant and precise movement into the timeless and the enchanting world of classical ballet.
随后登台的是旅美抒情男高音歌唱家傅介彤博士，为我们带来独唱《我的深情为你守候》，还以高亮而富有感染力的音色，将深情与信念融入旋律，在音乐中传递跨越国界、直抵人心的情感共鸣。
We are honored to welcome Dr. Jie Tongfu, a lyric tenor based in the United States, who will perform the solo. My devotion will always watch over you. With his bright, expressive voice, he brings both tenderness and strength to the stage. Through his music, he conveys a message of love and commitment that reach beyond borders and speak directly to the heart.
有请，掌声有请我们的演员登场。 再见的时候。有请全体演职人员上台谢幕，同时邀请在场所有嘉宾一起登台，和我们的演员们合影留念。
在此，让我们掌声有请美中实验学校家舞班、大华府腰鼓队、华盛顿敦煌声乐坊、美中少年乐团、峨眉武术学校、N2少年舞蹈学校 Kintz 演员、诗歌朗诵少年中国说演员、凉风舞蹈学校博物馆奇妙夜小小兰花演员、器乐五重奏刀剑如梦演员、中国驻美国大使馆阳光学校茉莉花武术气势如虹演员、三重唱灯火里的中国演员、越剧演员周艺仪、The Kintz-Mejia Academy of Ballet 芭蕾舞演员、少年艺术体操活力动感风演员、N2舞蹈学校 Kintz 组演员、美中实验学校少儿舞班、青年女高音马丹妮、青年男高音傅介彤、中国少年乐团指挥肖高颖，也有请美中实验学校理事长、校长和各位嘉宾上台合影留念。有请所有美中春晚台前幕后的工作人员全体上台合影留念。有请。在这里也要特别分享美中实验学校的特色，除了核心中文课，美中实验学校还把中华传统文化融入日常，开设武术、绘画、民俗、歌唱、舞蹈、球类、器乐、艺术体操、朗诵表演、中文小主持人、超强记忆、国际象棋、英文写作、计算机课、2年级 SAT 数学班等10多种学生超爱的副课。针对家长和社区朋友们，美中实验学校还开设了球类、瑜伽、太极、舞蹈、声乐、拉丁健身等课程等待着您，让大家在学习和锻炼中感受中华文化的独特魅力，提升生活品质，一起成为更好版本的自己。
尊敬的各位来宾，亲爱的朋友们，随着最后一个节目圆满落幕，今晚的美中春晚也将画上圆满的句号。灯火渐隐，掌声犹在，舞台虽落幕，精神仍长存。从2004年至今，美中实验学校始终致力于在海外传承中华语言与文化。20多年的坚持是一份责任，20多年的耕耘是一份担当，20多年的努力更是一种跨越时代的使命。我们的孩子在朗诵中坚定自信，在数学竞赛中挑战自我，在春晚舞台上展示风采，在社区活动中学会责任合作。这一切正是文化传承最真实、最动人的体现。今年是马年，愿我们在新的一年里，如骏马昂首，志存高远；如骏马奋蹄，步履铿锵；如骏马驰骋，勇毅前行。愿中华文化在海外薪火相传，生生不息。愿我们的孩子在时代的赛道上马到成功，前程似锦。愿美中实验学校在新的征途上万马奔腾，再度华章。感谢所有老师的辛勤付出，感谢家长们多年来的支持和信任，感谢各界朋友的关心与陪伴。祝大家元宵快乐，
往后，等一下，
安康。
还这么往后1米，
明年再会。
往后一步。
2026美中春晚到此圆满结束，让我们明年新春再相逢，继续用青春气息点亮中美友谊的灯火。好，谢谢大家。
谢谢大家，祝大家元宵快乐。